Hey friends, Allison here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to October. Happy October. I have a new traveler's notebook layout to share with you today that is going in my October daily album. It is going outside of the page protector, and as you can see, it is a Cricut project as well. The cut file that I'm using started its life off as a cut only image. I converted it to make it both a cut and a draw image. So I drew the title, and then I'm also drawing the leaves, which is what the Cricut is working on right now. I did try cutting the leaves first as a cut file, but because I resized the image to fit inside a smaller piece of cardstock, the measurements escape me right now. It's a little smaller than 4 by 8 1/4 inches because I plan on matting it on a couple different cardstocks. But because those leaves didn't cut very well, being small and intricate, I thought it would work better to draw the image instead. So I'm just using a black Cricut pen to do the drawing. My little panel is going to be cut right now with the Cricut. That's what it is working on right now. And then once that is done, I'm going to move on to coloring. I tried sticking as close as possible to the colors that were in the original image on Cricut. I don't have a picture of that, but they are all neutral colors. And so I chose the Spectrum Noir markers that I have in my stash that most closely resembled the colors in that image and began coloring in the title. The same colors will be found in the leaves down below. So as I finish each portion of the drawn title, I'll use the same color down in the bottom. I cut some of it out, but I do save some of it as well, so you can sort of see what I mean. I did use different colors throughout the title as well, just to draw more attention to it and make it not seem as flat. There's nothing special in the coloring at all. There's no shading or anything like that. It's just straightforward coloring and super simple to do. So here you can see I'm using those same colors in the leaves down at the bottom. I welded the leaf image together and then attached it to this panel over in Cricut so that there wasn't a bunch of different leaves that would be cut in one pass. That is before I converted the file to a draw file. Once I converted it to the draw file, I just left it all welded together so that it was one image rather than drawing each leaf individually. That would have been a good idea in hindsight because the leaves are welded together. It erases the inside portions of the leaves. So if there is a leaf layered behind another one, the silhouette of the leaf that is on top disappears. I hope that makes sense. Here's the leaves that I had originally tried die cutting, but because they were so intricate, the stems of the leaves fell off because they were just so tiny. There was nothing to keep them attached. So I tossed those, and I wanted to keep it in the video so you could see basically what I was referring to about the leaves when I cut them. Here is the last part of the title. It is the word October. I die cut it 3 times to help create some depth on this layout. If you don't want to use foam squares or foam adhesive because your cut file is too thin and intricate, a really great way to get around that is to layer that image up a couple of times. So I cut the word October 3 times. The little line that it is sitting on, I only cut once because it wasn't as important to me to pop that up as it was the main part of the word of the title. I cut it from, I think it's nutmeg cardstock from Close to My Heart. I will link all the products that I used in this layout down in the description box below. So if you want to check them out for yourself, you know where to find them. And I used the paper that it was cut from as a guide template to make sure that I got it straight. I realized as I was creating this video that it was shifted up a little bit too high. The line underneath October should actually nestle into the leaves, and it's like 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch up too high. I thought I had it, but I didn't. In the end, it's no big deal. So I'm using liquid glue to attach everything together specifically for the word October. When I go to adhere all the panels together, I will use my ATG adhesive to do that. But I'm just getting the last layer on, and then quite honestly, we are getting fairly close to the end of this process video. Once I have the last October adhered over top of the other 2 layers, I am going to cut another piece of cardstock from shortbread paper from Close to My Heart just to add another border to my layout. Here's that shortbread cardstock right now. It's not actually shortbread, it is almond, but the new paper from Close to My Heart replaced almond, and that's called shortbread. So I'm trimming this down to slightly smaller than 4 by 8 1/4 inches. So it'll be 3.75 by 8 inches, and then the white panel is smaller than that yet. I'm going to layer all of those together with my ATG adhesive, and that is it for me. I absolutely love how this layout came together. It is so sweet. I really wanted to use this phrase somewhere in my October daily album. When I was looking for images originally to start putting my October daily together, I found this one and knew that it had to be used somewhere. So I'm so glad that I got this one in at the beginning of my album. Here are the close-ups. Thank you so much for joining me today, friends. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you did, give me a thumbs up and a like. And if you want to see more October daily inspiration, be sure you hit the subscribe button. See you again soon, friends. Bye.